Good day and welcome, everybody. My name is Roy Boy, and today I am back for, I guess, this is sort of the first episode of A Whole New World, where this is the world where I'm going to be building a giant medieval slash fantasy world. Yeah, so this is the world. Here it is, flat. I messed around with some game rules, so for now the daytime will never change. Mobs won't spawn. And what else did I do? I think I turned fire tick off. I made it so the weather cycles are off. I did all kinds of stuff. I also kind of messed around with how this world is. So this is, I think, 70 blocks high. Let me quickly check. Yeah. So this is, instead of just being the normal like 4 or 5 blocks high, it's 70 blocks high. So it has a deep. Yeah. So it's deep. I'm here at 0, 0. Let me just double check that really quickly. Yeah, I'm at 0, 0. This is the where I'm going to be building my first little town. So this is the first thing we're going to be building in this world, and I'm going to be building a little town. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away. I'm going to get some of the landscaping done. Then I'll come in. I'll talk a bit about my plans for this village once I have a bit of the terrain done. This could take me a long time, and then I'll be back to start building. All right. See. Alrighty, so it's a few days later, and I've been a bit busy, so that's why it took me a few days. This really only probably took a few hours of time working. I made this. As you can see, I'll quickly fly underneath so you can see it's all up in the air. Yeah, let me quickly fly over here. I made a little, over here there's a little water feature. There's going to be a big ocean over here, or maybe it won't be big, we'll see. There'll be some kind of ocean over here. So this is the little beach area. As you can see, I went did a bunch of little extra details here, even though it's well, you won't be able to see much over water especially, but it's, I don't know, I've noticed it's the little details that count in this kind of game. So speaking of little details, as you can see, this field like this doesn't look too nice. So there's kind of this trick of just kind of popping some bone meal around and then cutting all the tall grass because those ones don't look so nice. That, as you can see, and boom. And then it looks a bit nicer. However, this still doesn't look the best. So I'll show you, and it looks mediocre, and I don't settle for things that are mediocre. So there's another thing like the vanilla tree where you pop in one of those and then bone meal a little bit. And again, I mean, it looks alright. It looks mediocre. But for this world, it's going to be good, not just mediocre. So I built a little prototype over here. So these are the kind of trees that I'm going to be planting around, or building. And the field is going to look like this, which is a mixture of, what is this, lime terracotta, green concrete powder, green wool, green carpet, some grass, some ferns, and buttons to represent rocks. And I think that comes out pretty nice. In the tree here, it's just oak leaves mixed with a bit of jungle leaves. Then we've got spruce logs mixed with, no, oak logs mixed with a few stripped spruce logs and some spruce fences. And I think that comes out pretty nice. So instead of doing this, which is alright, I think we're going to do this, which is pretty good. So here's the big bit of land that I made here, as you can see. It's not done, obviously, and I didn't even finish going all the way around with this, but I kind of, after a few days of working on this, got a little bit bored, and I think I want to start building a town. So I'll quickly go over my plans for this. I think the main part of the town is going to be back here. Then this area here by the water is going to be farmland, and there's going to be a farmhouse over here maybe, and then maybe I'll put in another little fishing house here. There's going to be a little hill that goes up here, and I'm probably going to make that into more of a woods with some more trees and stuff. And yeah, so I'm going to cut away and then plan a bit of the town, and I'll be back once that is done. So I'll see you in a bit. Alrighty, so I'm back after a little while, and I'm using a bit of inspiration from F-Whip's village building or town building tutorial thing. So I'm using a bit of inspiration from that. It's a great video. You should go check that out if you are planning on building any towns of your own. So I've built a bunch of little out frames, or not frames, they're just little markers to show where the houses are going to be. And then the orange wool is going to be walls that connect it. The blue wool is going to be like gates, and the purple wool is going to be rock walls. So I made some prototypes over here to show. So this is kind of the general style of houses I'm going to be building. Yeah, like that. This is the type of fence I'm going to be replacing the orange wool with, or not fence, but a wall. I think this came out pretty nice. This is the type of stuff I'm going to be replacing the purple stuff. The purple stuff inside there's going to be farmland. That's why it's, a little less, it doesn't have to be as protected as the actual town. So now I'll go over a bit of my plans more for the town. This here is going to be a bit of a church. And then in the middle here, I was thinking, well, around the church here, there'd be like a little park type area, some trees, maybe a little water feature, we'll see. Over here, right by the main entrance, there's going to be the marketplace. And then back here, there's going to be more like the main section of town, kind of the neighborhood where everybody lives. Over here, there's going to be the farmhouse. I still haven't decided if I want to put in a fishing house over here. This here is going to be a windmill. It's a little big. I don't know if it's going to be that big. We'll see. And then over here you can see I've decided that I'm going to add in a bit of podzol underneath the trees to kind of represent a bit of, fallen leaves and stuff. So in this series, I'm probably not going to do much building on camera. I'm just going to kind of explain what I'm doing and then go ahead and build it. I sadly can't do time lapses. I would love to do time lapses, but I only have one account right now. I'll get another account sometime in the future, hopefully, and then I'll be able to make time lapses. But right now, it's just going to be like this. So I'm going to probably finish most of this town before I come back. So this one's going to be a big jump, but so I'm going to finish most of this town, and then I'll be back later. So see you later. Alrighty, folks. So I'm back now, but I have a bit of bad news. That's what I'm going to start with. Basically, I kind of said that I was going to only come back in a while once I had most of my stuff done. But then I'm thinking, well, I probably shouldn't do that because I don't want to do like giant jumps, because I don't know, it would be kind of lame to go from just a bunch of squares to fully made town. So I came back a little while ago. I recorded a pretty long bit. It was pretty good, showing kind of in more detail my plans, whatever. And then I came back to record now, and I saw that something had happened to that whole piece, and it was gone. Meaning that I don't have that clip anymore, and the town is in the next step, so it's pretty close to done. So I know I just said that it would be kind of lame to jump from a bunch of little squares to a bunch of houses, but it looks like that's kind of what's going to happen, which might make this this video, whatever. It might turn into a longer series. I'm hoping it will, this flat world that turned into a whole world, so maybe this will be episode 1. But we'll see. So yeah, I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to probably just go into more detail than this time, spend more time, because, yeah, that's kind of a bummer. So, so let's get into the tour. Alrighty, so we're going to start the tour right here, right by the water. As you can see, there's some houses over there. I worked on this field. I was a little worried that because there was so much stuff going on in the field, it might look kind of bad on a big scale, but I think it looks alright, If anybody sees this video, let me know what you think in the comments. I think it looks alright. It's going to be a lot of work, but it looks pretty good. So then I made the little town here, or not town, path here, and the wheat fields are all filled up. There's a little house there, a windmill. I really like this windmill. This is the first windmill I've ever made off of my design that I think looks pretty good. Yeah, I kind of like that one. And there's a little house there. There's a little rock wall. This one's over here is all done. Okay, let's get past the outside here. Let's go into the town. Oh, the back of this has not been detailed yet. No, wait. Let's quickly do that. Just so you can also sort of see what I'm doing to detail it. I just kind of... For the spruce wood, I get up some stripped spruce logs and some oak logs, because those colors seem to match up pretty well. I just kind of plop them around randomly, and it makes it kind of nice. Now, I'm not going to do too much with them, so I'm not going to add in all the windows and stuff, but you get the idea. Okay, let's put those in there. Okay. So we're gonna head over to the entrance of the town, which is right here. We walk in. As you can see over here, the path is a little more like patchy and crazy and busy. And as you get into the town, I still need to make the transition here. I haven't done that yet, but it's gonna be a bit more smooth and calm because this is more well trodden, if that's a word. So we have this little entry tower here, which I'm not particularly happy about, so I might end up changing this. We shall have to see. I don't know yet. I might get rid of these pressure plates because they're so annoying to walk around or on. But yeah, so we start in the town. That house also isn't fully detailed yet, but as you can see, I mean, I think it looks pretty nice. We have, again, it's definitely not done, this whole thing. I'm still, as you can see, all these in here have to be detailed, and there's a little marketplace, so I'll quickly show you that. I'm going to try to get a bit more organized because this is a little crazy, so I'm going to start flying. Okay, let's first go into the marketplace. Okay, we have some caravans here, some traders that have come into this town here. We have this one which kind of sells riches, you know, gold, and in case you're wondering how I did this, it's actually no mods. This is all vanilla Minecraft. Let me show you exactly how I did this. So the armor stand here, you guys might know how I did. I put an armor stand half a block, like with a half a block under the ground, and then I took a piece of wood and a piston, because the armor stands are actually what's it called? Entities. So when you push a block, so you can push blocks into them. So I used a piston and I pushed this block into it. Now the top of it actually sticks out right there, which I didn't like the way it looked. So I just placed one of these, which are also entities. So it worked, and then it made it look like it's on a little platform. Now these are also not using mods. The way that I actually did this was, so I plopped one of these down, and I put this on, which I don't like the way that works. So I was thinking, well, that kind of looks like an oak, where are those, the pressure plates? It looks kind of like an oak pressure plate thing, so maybe if I put the pressure plate there, then it'll work, but it's kind of glitching through, so I didn't like the way it looked, and I realized that it wasn't actually oak, it was just birch. So when you put the birch, it's still sort of glitching through, and for some reason, in some of them you can see it, like in this one right here, you can sort of see it glitching through, but then in other ones, like the ones over here, for some reason, you can't. I don't know why. Some of them you can, some of them you can't, but I guess that's just how Minecraft works. So it looks like a really nice little place to, or way to put the items on display. So I did that in most of the little stalls, you can see, because I like the way that came out. So over here we have another caravan. So that one's kind of selling gold and riches and stuff. And over here it's more like exotic things. So I did whatever I could find that looked exotic. So the shells, this helmet, same trick as I did over there. This I thought looked kind of like a little barrel of spices or something. It's just a coral plant, and underneath it there's water. That's why it's staying red. This one's staying red because if you actually open this, you can see it's on a half slab that's waterlogged, so it thinks it's in the water. Yeah, that's pretty much all the tricks for this one. There's the armor stand over here, which is our armor shop thing with all the stands that are also in either completely in blocks like this one or just halfway in blocks like that one over there. We have a little flower shop. whatever. We have over here a little farmer stand. We have this could really be anything. It's kind of like a smaller little booth with someone selling stuff. I haven't decided what's going to be sold there. And then I love this trick of putting the campfires. The thing is that you can't put meats on campfires that are not lit. So you have to actually light the campfire, put the meats on, and then quickly throw one of these on it. You just toss one of these on it like that, and then it goes out. And then it looks like a nice rack for meats in a little frozen little cellar here. Back here I have the church, which kind of looks more like a stone barn with weird towers sticking out of it. So I might end up working on the design for this one a bit, though I don't know, it's starting to grow on me a little bit. I have, so then I'm gonna give kind of an overview of the town. I think it's starting to look really nice. I didn't like the smoke that was coming out of the campfires. I really didn't like the way it looked until now. Now I kind of put them up here and I was like, wow, that's actually given a really cool atmospheric touch to the whole area. So to explain, there's a few bigger houses that I have, so I'll kind of explain what those are. So this town is going to be kind of a trading town, so I'm probably going to put a few more carts in, and it's going to be also port side. I have decided this will be a bigger ocean type thing, so this is going to be like a little port side little town. So it's going to need places for people to stay too. So we have this one here, which is going to be kind of like the tavern. It's going to be kind of like a tavern. It's probably going to have some rooms to stay upstairs. Because this is more where, I guess, a few people live. And it's kind of more, where the marketplace is. It's more of the poor area. And over here, there's kind of, it's very small, so there isn't really designated poor area and kind of more wealthy area. But over here, there's going to be where you can see the houses here are a bit nicer and a bit bigger. So here there is I think I decided this one was going to be another kind of inn, but more like a fancier inn, because it kind of, I don't know, I thought that one kind of looked like an inn. In this house here, I decided there was going to be someone kind of wealthier living in there. I don't know what I want to do with this house yet. It could either be a person's house, or for some reason it's giving me a vibe of some kind of official, like, meeting room, meeting house. I don't know. Well, I'll have to decide what I'm doing with that one. And this one, I don't know what this one was giving me vibes of. We'll have to decide. This one almost looks also like a tavern, but I don't want to have 3 taverns. That's a bit excessive. So, yeah, we'll see. So I think that pretty much covers all of it. Basically, now what I'm just going to do is, here I'm planning on having a bit of like a greener not courtyard, like because there's not a, just kind of like a little park area over here with a tree maybe, and some grass, some paths, some little naturey place to walk around. I'm going to add the path in to bring it in all the way through here. There's not much else to do. Then it's just kind of final details, cleaning everything up, adding in that green field texture through the whole thing. That's going to be a lot of work. This thing looks pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it. Especially, I'm really happy with the marketplace. I've never built a marketplace that I'm happy with. This is the first marketplace I've ever been pleased with. So, I'm really liking this one. The ones I used to build, they just look so bad. But this one, I don't know. This one looks really nice. I spent more time on it, even though it's really small. But it was a lot of, I don't know, things I didn't like, changing them, whatever. Let me know what you think of them if anybody sees this again. I'm going to have to stop saying if anybody sees this. Alright, great. So I think that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to go through, finish the wall, finish the texturing, finish everything. I'll come back for, might be the last clip. I feel like this video is going to be really short. I'll come back for the last clip, show you the done product. And then if it's way too short, then, like, if it's like, I don't know. We'll see how long it is. If it's way too short, I might add in more stuff, like I'll decide to work on the next project. I don't know, start adding in more land around the side. I don't know. We'll see. That doesn't even matter right now because we don't even know if it's going to be too short. So I'm going to stop blabbering and get building. So see you in a bit.